and I got a Facebook Messenger from a gal named Kathy who said she was a producer for Good Morning America and she wanted to know if we'd be willing to feature one of our Healing Hearts giveaways as a surprise on Good Morning America. I thought it was a prank. I was like, first of all, producer's not going to reach out to me on Facebook Messenger, and second of all, that would never happen to me.
Ladder Service Dogs. Joining us now by FaceTime is Jeanette Forey. Is she there? From 4E Kennels. She breeds.
I realized that it was for real. I knew I needed a trainer, and I didn't think twice to pick up the phone and call Brad Norton. And all I asked him was, hey, I need a service dog trained for free. And without hesitation, he said, whatever you need. Have you on the phone, will you train 3 other Healing Hearts puppies that I'm giving away now or in the future? Will I get away with it? Time to get to work. I let Good Morning America start pouring over our Healing Hearts applicants. And I started to do what I do best, raise a litter of puppies for whoever they had chosen. I only selected Cricket's Carnival litter, but once they chose the recipient and we knew that it was Tennille, who has Parkinson's, and she needed mobility assist and a dog to retrieve items, we needed a much larger puppy than a medium, a Moyen. So thank goodness I had Arrow's litter, who had just been born, and I still had my top pick available, so we quietly slid over to Arrow's How to Train Your Dragon litter. So we just kept plugging along our advanced service dog curriculum, raising the whole litter as we do with all of our litters, not knowing which puppy it would be, waiting for final evaluations, but raising them all as little superstars on the curriculum, giving them all the best start that we possibly could. Building these puppies to be the best they can be by exposure, problem solving, startle, recovery, response, practice. So today we have a tunnel, we have a tactile area here, we have some tactile boards. They've done those before. And then their blocks and rings. So let's get to work. Why are you guys playing? It's work time. Why are you playing? It's work time. Are you ready? Huh? Let's do it. Good Morning America is on their way to 4E Kennels. It's July 18th to film a little segment of what we do here. I am so nervous, but so excited that people are listening, people are seeing. We are reaching the United States, all the way in New York. Our Healing Hearts program, what we're doing, how we're breeding, it is reaching people. To evaluate Arrow's litter and choose Tennille's service dog. And I will say that it was very interesting and a little different, and actually made me a little uneasy to choose a puppy for somebody when they had no idea and no input at all. While that doesn't change the evaluation, sometimes there's more than one puppy that could do the job. And I felt strongly about 3 actually that showed great strengths at what we look for a service dog, particularly a dog to assist her in Parkinson's. We need size, we need drivey, we need mouthy. The dog's going to be trained to be picking up items for Tennille. And we needed a dog that truly wanted to work with and for a human. And I had to make the final decision with no input, but there was something that I felt really strongly about one of the males, and I felt he'd get nice and large for her for mobility assist. but there was something just nagging about white collar female, something about her I just couldn't put into words, I just couldn't pinpoint. There was something very, very special about her. She just had this special little soul that I really had felt, and made the decision that Tennille needed a best friend just as much as a dog trained to help her mitigate her Parkinson's disease. And so I made the call, and talking to Tennille now after the fact, she said I couldn't have chosen better, from the gender to the color to everything. And not that that's always the most important thing, but if she could have written down the perfect ideal service dog, that puppy had fit the bill. So it was a big sigh of relief after she had said that everything just kind of aligned, and we did it. We made the match. White collar female, Light Fury from Arrow's How to Train Your Dragon litter has become Gracie May Annabelle, her initials GMA. We're leaving the Forey farm to head to the Big Apple. Got closer, a writer from Good Morning America had contacted me. They had felt like all the details of the story was outlined, and they needed me to respond to a few questions that they were going to ask me, and I had to write those up, get them approved, and then memorize them. I just kept having this vision that I was just going to be live on air, and they were going to ask me a question, and it would just be crickets. Spent so much time writing and memorizing and stressing over these silly lines, and so much of it got cut anyway because they were running so short on time. And even that morning, as they were getting behind, they're like, okay, you've got to cut more, you've got to cut more. So it was almost like comedy, truly comedy. Experience of being on Good Morning America and being there live and on set was incredible. From meeting the writer to seeing Kathy again, the producer, to hair and makeup, to the audio guys, to the rehearsals. The whole thing was incredible. Such a warm group of people, kind, motivated, professionals. It was truly an honor to be in their presence of such caliber of people. And it was finally time. I was getting mic'd up and getting ready, and I had an earpiece in so I could hear that our story was getting close, and they'd started Tennille's clip and the video. And Jenna was backstage with me. She had to be backstage because we knew that Tennille would recognize her if she was sitting in the audience. And the whole thing was, we were trying so hard to keep it a surprise. But my favorite moment of the whole day, truly, and it's so hard to even say this because I had such an incredible time, but my favorite moment was when I was all mic'd up and ready and standing in front of our fake background, and Jenna was holding the puppy till the last possible minute. And my nerves, I was so excited but so nervous, and I'm controlling that and doing some self-talk. It's those defining moments in life that are truly critical in paving the person we become. And when we make decisions in that moment to fight or flee, to rise or not, is what continues to define us. And I remember that moment very clearly, that it was minutes from going live, and I just thought I could throw up and run away, or I could do this. And so I'm working through that, and I look over. It's almost time to take the puppy, and Jen is eyes are welling up with tears. And when I reached down to take little Gracie, tears were starting to stream down her cheeks. The pressure and the excitement, the whole entire moment was so emotional and so incredible for us to share that she was overwhelmed with emotion. And the producer, Kathy, knows that Jenna deals with some anxiety, and she just hugged her and pulled her back away a little bit so that the camera crew could film. And it was truly such a beautiful moment to share with my daughter. The time had come. We had made it, and it was tears of relief and excitement and nervousness all in one, and we were both absolutely feeling it for sure.
Breed service dogs. So tell us, what do you look for in choosing a service dog?
So I carefully evaluate our golden doodle puppies, looking for those that show an aptitude to service dog work. Puppies that display traits like confidence, determination, perseverance, and ultimately the intrinsic motivation to work for and with their human. And when we identify these elite puppies, they are then matched with a special person, a person that needs their heart healed, their life changed, their life saved through the power of a dog.
Yeah.
And you know, speaking of special people, Tennille is here
right
with
here,
us.
yes.
Tennille, why don't you come up?
Yeah.
Come up on stage with us. Good morning. There you go. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Letting us share your story like this.
Yes, and I have a question for Jeanette. Is there anything you'd like to share with Tennille?
Tennille, Forey Kennels and Norton Dog Training know how expensive and how long it takes to get a service dog. And we are so excited to tell you today that she is yours. The training puppy.
So Tennille, first of all, how awesome is that? I can't even speak it so good.
I'm very blessed. That's so nice.
And
So
wouldn't it be nice though to meet your dog in person?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure you can't wait for that. We can't wait for that either. So Jeanette, why don't you just come on out?
Gosh, she's so cute.
Come and join us. We only have a few seconds left. Thank you. Bless you for what you're
national television sharing one of our Healing Hearts puppies. So, this is just the beginning for Forey Kennels. People see it, we believe it, you know it. Dogs heal hearts.